Good morning. This is Hope Reactor. Now, let's begin today's news.
The secret monopoly, threatening the world's dinner tables. Did you know that the tomatoes and lettuce you ate today may come from just a handful of seed varieties? Modern agriculture appears abundant. Supermarket shelves are filled with fresh produce all year round. Yet beneath that abundance, the seeds that sustain our food supply are becoming increasingly concentrated, while biodiversity quietly disappears. What happens if a disease strikes those limited varieties? What happens if extreme weather hits at the same time? The food system we take for granted could become far more fragile than we realize. Walk into any supermarket and you'll find rows of beautiful vegetables, tomatoes, carrots, lettuce. Everything looks plentiful. But is that abundance truly secure? The risk is greater than most people imagine. Many of the crops we grow today share remarkably similar genetics. For thousands of years, farmers cultivated different varieties adapted to their local environments. Some could survive drought, some could withstand cold temperatures, some resisted disease, others were prized for their flavor. Generation after generation, these seeds evolved alongside the people who depended on them. Then came the 20th century. Agriculture became increasingly focused on efficiency, mass production, global distribution, uniform quality. As these priorities expanded, many traditional varieties disappeared from the marketplace. The appearance of abundance grew stronger, but the foundation beneath it became narrower and weaker. Imagine a vast forest that appears healthy from a distance, yet every tree is genetically identical. A single disease could spread through the entire forest. Our food system faces a similar danger, and long before most people recognized that threat, one scientist saw it coming. His name was Hans Henning. He was not famous. He never became a television personality. His story rarely appears in history books, yet he dedicated his life to protecting the future of our food. During the Cold War, as political tensions divided the world, Henning fought a different battle. His enemy was not an army. It was not a corporation. His enemy was the loss of diversity. Working with farmers and researchers across many regions, he began collecting traditional seed varieties. These were local seeds that had been shaped over hundreds, sometimes thousands of years. They were not always productive. They were not always uniform. Many did not meet the demands of modern commercial agriculture, but hidden inside them were precious genetic traits that modern farming was slowly losing. Seeds that tolerated heat, seeds that survived harsh winters, seeds that endured drought, seeds that resisted disease. They represented insurance for the future. At the time, many people saw little value in his work. Those old seeds are obsolete. They're inefficient. They belong in the past. But Henning refused to give up because he understood something fundamental. Humanity cannot predict the future. That is exactly why we must never eliminate our options. We must never depend on a single solution. Rather than pursuing profit, Henning focused on preservation. He helped create networks where seeds could be shared freely, not monopolized, not controlled, shared, cooperation over domination, community over ownership. That was his vision. Decades later, the world began to understand why it mattered. Climate change intensified. Droughts became more severe. Floods became more destructive. Heat waves damaged crops. New pests and diseases emerged. Agriculture faced challenges unlike any before. And when researchers searched for solutions, they often looked backward. Among those forgotten traditional seeds, they found hope. Varieties that could survive conditions where modern crops failed. Varieties with natural resistance to disease. Varieties capable of enduring extreme environments. The seeds Henning protected became valuable once again. What had been dismissed as outdated suddenly became essential for the future. And perhaps this is where we should pause and reflect. There is nothing wrong with efficiency. Growing fewer varieties can increase productivity. It can improve distribution. It can make food more affordable. The fact that we can buy fresh vegetables throughout the year is partly the result of that efficiency. But every form of efficiency carries hidden risks. What if an unexpected climate event occurs? What if a new plant disease emerges? What if the crops we depend on suddenly stop thriving? If the entire world relies on the same limited genetic resources, the consequences could spread rapidly. This lesson extends far beyond agriculture. Throughout history, many crises have emerged when societies pursued efficiency, while ignoring resilience. That is why preserving diversity matters. It is a safeguard for the future. A seed may appear useless today. It may seem outdated. It may seem unnecessary. Yet one day it could become the key to humanity's survival. The remarkable thing is that there have always been people who recognize these dangers long before everyone else does, even when nobody understands them, even when there is no profit to be gained, even when the world looks the other way. Hans Henning was one of those people. For years, he quietly collected and protected seeds that most people overlooked. Today, the genetic diversity he helped preserve is being re-examined as a powerful tool for confronting climate change and food insecurity. Convenience matters, efficiency matters, but perhaps a truly wise society is one that pursues efficiency without forgetting the importance of preparation, a society that remembers the value of resilience. This is not merely a story about seeds, it is a story about humanity's future. Nature has always taught us the same lesson. Diversity is a survival strategy. In forests, in ecosystems, and in our food systems, no single seed can protect the future. That is why many seeds must survive. The vegetables we eat today are gifts passed down through countless generations. People protected those seeds long before we were born, yet many of them are quietly disappearing. And one scientist chose to stand against that loss. If we could leave something behind for future generations, what would we choose? Would it be convenience alone? Or would it be a diversity of possibilities capable of overcoming challenges we cannot yet see? The future is shaped by what we choose to protect today. This is Hope Reactor, because hope grows from the seeds we choose to protect.